Ah, hey guys. So I haven't made video in like a week or so. That's not much, but yeah. The videos on my channel will be asynchronous, so they will be based on my life experience. I won't be making a video every week or so. They will be as they come naturally to me to maintain the quality of the content. Now, I want to just talk about whatever this time. It's just gonna be me letting my thoughts out. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm gonna talk about, what the title of the video is going to be, but okay, you know what? Let me talk about this. Let me mention this. I've been having this dilemma. I've been, well, kind of a mid-type crisis. I've been confused as to whether I am truly an INTP or if I were just an ENTJ who was so psychologically damaged that I dwell back into my own mind to be safe, to feel safe there, as opposed to being extroverted in my thinking, which is an environment that I don't feel safe in, I don't like, I don't want to be in. And so my theory was that I am an ENTJ, but I went through so much crap that it pushed me back into my mind, resulting in the INTP stack, the INTP function stack, and resulting in me, like, over time identifying with the INTP function stack so much that that I became INTP, or became INTP. The thing here is that the reason I am even considering that I'm not an INTP but that I am ENTJ is that I've always identified so strongly with INTJ. Of course, I identify more with INTP, but like I'm kind of in between the two types. I'm not 100% INTP nor 100% ENTJ. I am very in between those two types. But like the core ideology of the archetype INTP and what they think of the archetype ENTJ, I don't agree with them at all. Like, I don't really think that knowledge for the sake of knowledge is something I want. In fact, I don't like the part of me that seeks knowledge automatically. Why? I don't need that shit. What I need to do is make change in my life. I need to organize my physical environment so that I live a better life. I use knowledge to help me do that, but I don't care about knowledge. I care about making my life better. And that's a very TEFI thing. And that was brought to my attention by a friend, or if I recall correctly, it was a friend. She brought that idea into me that she sees a lot of strong TE in me based on my life choices and lots of other stuff. Now, the strongest counter argument to me being ENTJ is based on my understanding of the functions and the types. The way I see the world is not through a TE&I lens. I see the world through a TI&E lens. I relate much more to INTPs, at least on Reddit, than I do with any other type anywhere. But like, I look at ENTJs and how their lives are. I look at their choices in life, the reasoning behind their choices, and I think that makes sense. That's what I want. I don't want the way that the INTP does things. Yes, they're great, but that's like what I want, what I'm after, what I strive to be in life is a very ENTJ-like approach. While the INTP, I feel like you have a lot of potential, but you're spending too much of your resources and effort and attention into your own mind. But why? Why don't you just find, I mean, the reason that I personally acquire knowledge is to find a way to extrovert it, and sorry, not extrovert, to externalize it such that my knowledge can be embodied outside of me such that it makes the world a slightly better place. Now, I cannot deny my FE. I can't. I mean, everything I do is to make the world a better place, but that could be a TE thing. I'm not sure. I mean, eventually, my whole point is that I make the world a better place because of people. Because people are going to be born in the world out of their control, and I would like for them to be born in a world that's better than the world I was born into. So I would like to help make that happen. You know, that's my whole reasoning there. Anyway, I don't want to get sidetracked here. Anyway, so my whole life I have been striving towards a certain direction in bettering my character, but bettering my character in a certain direction. That direction is the ENTJ like nature. A very strong TE, you know, FI such that, you know, I look after myself. I don't give all of myself away, but that I value my own feelings. I value my own authenticity. I value my social identity. Not that I just want to give everything, because that's how my FE comes out. You know, that might have nothing to do with FE and FI. But you know, anyway. I try to find a way to do what ENTJs do. Take action. Not be scared about the little things, you know? Because it's the way that my behavior comes off is so illogical, but the ENTJ's behavior is perfectly logical. I mean, not like their choices and their behavior and decisions. I'm talking about like how they physically do the objective that they choose to do, but not what the objective is, but the way that they execute it. It's perfect for me. I think it's just fucking logical, fucking perfect. Okay, so I just talked a lot about some stuff, some reasons here and there, but the biggest dilemma here is whether all of this is simply conditioning, or if this really is the INTP type and I am not that. So I am not what I have been. Now the question is what I have been the INTP type, or is it simply my condition, my personal conditioning, the way I was raised and conditioned to be? I don't know that. How do I know? I don't know how to find out either. Now, someone on the Slack chat that was made by MBTV. I joined their Slack chat. Is it called Slack? Yeah, Slack chat today. And I talked to them about this topic, about my mid-type crisis, right? And someone talked to me. They brought up the idea that this could be me going from Enneagram Type 5 integrating towards Enneagram Type 8 instead of my INTP going to ENTJ. It could be that. I think that is more likely than anything. So the most likely scenario is that I am INTP Type 5, but my behavior that I don't like and think is illogical, and think that the ENTJ is not that, but the INTP is that, and that's bad, so I want to be more ENTJ. It could be that that is simply my personal conditioning. Because actually, I don't know, and I don't have a because here. But I think that that's just my personal conditioning, the way I was conditioned to be, the way I was conditioned to behave. Yeah, my conditioning, and yeah, it could be just that. It could be just that I am conditioned to behave this way, and that I'm Type 5 and I'm integrating into Type 8. I mean, I don't think I mentioned this in this video so far, but I meant to say that lately I'm feeling more ENTJ-like. At least what I think ENTJ-like means. Because you see, I've been feeling a strong need to be around people, which is fucking weird because my entire life I wanted to stay as far away from people as possible. Even I don't want any texts, I don't want anyone to read anything I tweet, I don't want anything to just far away from people as possible. But lately I've been feeling a very, very strong need to hang out with anyone I know. Anybody. And if I'm sitting alone in a table in college, I'd rather it's a crowded place. I don't want to be in a lone spot. I don't know why. I just felt the strong need to not be alone, to just be around people. I don't know if that's my extroversion going from INTP to ENTJ, or if it's my FE developing because because I am now 22 years old, so I'm growing, so that part of me is growing. Somebody brought that up at some point. I doubt it. I doubt it. I am an adult. I don't think I'm gonna be growing like that anymore. I think my cognition is stable at this point. Or it could just be that I am, by the way, I'm taking anti-anxiety meds. So it could be that they're taking effect and I'm feeling a lot less anxious, so I'm free to hang out around people, and that I've always wanted to hang out around people, but now that I'm not so anxious to do so, I want to do so. It could be that. I don't know. Yeah, it could be that. The video is gonna be really shaky. The video is gonna be really, really shaky. Oh man. Okay, so I don't know what type I am. Now the highest probability out of all these possibilities is that I am INTP, turbulent, so INTPT, based on the 16 personalities typing system. It's slightly different from MBTI, but it's basically the same thing, except that I'm turbulent, not assertive. I'm proud of my turbulence. I think it makes me a much better person, much better INTP. Anyway, so the highest probability I would say so far, based on my entire analysis and research on this topic, is that I am type INTP, Enneagram type 5, conditioned to not be so social, conditioned to behave in a very anxious, self-restrained way, scared to do anything that exposes me to human beings, and that I am slowly but hopefully surely overcoming those conditioning and those patterns of behavior that seems like they control me. And me coming out of those habits, me breaking those patterns of behavior, me breaking my conditioning very slowly, but hopefully surely, that coupled with my Enneagram integration towards type 8 is making me more social, more outgoing, more casual, more confident, basically farther away from the INTP archetype, closer to the ENTJ archetype. The difference here, the axis I'm talking about, is the physical behavior, the extroverted behavior. So the ENTJ is confident, the ENTJ, they like control, they exert modification of their environment, right? They're confident, they exert confidence. And the INTP, the stereotype or the archetype, is they have this nervous energy to them. They're not very confident. They might have self-confidence, but I'm talking about what they extrovert. And they're not very social, not very outgoing. So I'm going from one end of that to the other end, and that I personally prefer this end closer to the ENTJ type because, well, that's just my personal preference. It has nothing to do with my MBTI type. I think that is the result of my analysis. Not finalized though, nothing's gonna be finalized, but this is the result so far because I wanted to make a video about something, so I'm making a video about this. The one thing that confuses me though is that I feel like I can switch from TINE to TENI. That's weird. That's a topic for another video though.